Hello everyone and welcome back to another Precision Racing League event with the RUFs in iRacing. I am still Justin and today we'll be racing at the Twin Ring Motegi GP circuit in Japan at night. So this race took place, or these races, remember it's two races, these took place on Sunday, January 19th, and here I am in the black and orange car. I'm going to be sticking with the black and orange or black, white, and orange. For now, I am a D-class driver, actually, in iRacing still. So the visor on my helmet is orange, and I like having that visor match my car. I know that seems really, really lame, but I can't help it. Okay, so here we are. I'm starting from 5th on the grid on the left-hand side there. I got PJ just ahead of me and to the right, and I got Carl just behind me and to the right, and I got John just ahead, who is also from Texas, actually, and behind I have David. So this is actually... Is this reverse grid from the previous race? I'm not sure, actually. I think it's just random grid for the first race. The second race of each weekend is reverse grid, or it's supposed to be. I don't think it was last time, but it will be this time. So if you finish the first race in first, then you start the second race in last. So that's the kind of stuff. Excuse me. That's the kind of stuff that we do just to mix things up. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the start. All right, wow, is I get a fantastic start. Oh no, there's contact already. That looked like that was between Carl and I think it was John. And PJ's gone up my inside. I slotted in nicely behind him. It actually looked like there might have been a little bit of contact with PJ there. Oh no, there's another car spinning off. All right, well, things are getting very exciting. So let's actually go ahead and back this up and take a look, see what happened, and try and figure out exactly what's going on. I'm going to take it back to... Yeah, let's find, or I'm sorry, it was David. It was Carl and David, I believe, who had it coming together at the start. So let's go ahead and hit play. And let's slow it down. And yep. Oh, wow. Wow. That's surprising, actually. I would say they pretty much drove into each other. I don't actually have hindsight. I don't know what they have all said about what happened here, but it looked like PJ in the pink car there and John in the purple car ahead of mine. They both kind of just closed in the gap together. You can see Carl was actually pretty much already in the gap alongside PJ at that point, and he really couldn't go to the left or right at this point. And yep, John just keeps going, or I'm sorry, David keeps going to the right. I will learn names at some point. I will totally be able to figure out people's names without having to look. But so yeah, they had a little bit of a coming together at the start. These cars are very powerful. Oh, this is the C-Spec. This is kind of like the mid-range one. It's not the heaviest. But it's not the most powerful either. It's kind of in the middle. And then let's see what's going on up ahead. We got Eric, who drove off the track, and he's coming back onto the track now. And you can see all the oversteer happening. That's weird, actually. And then PJ slots in front of me, and let's see. Oh, it's John up ahead, it looks like, who's having the problem. Yep, and then he gets nudged. Ooh, that looks like a fun one. Let's go ahead and take that back a little bit. You can see right here, it looks like John's getting some oversteer. Yeah, he's going way more to the right than I would expect he wants to, so he's probably getting a little bit of oversteer right now. He's not 100% lost traction, but he probably had to come off the gas, and then it gripped, and it starts moving back over to the left, and there's really nowhere Ashley can go here, and it just kind of taps him, and that sends John spinning off into the wall. Oh yeah, that's some damage, definitely. I think he's got mechanical damage. Something tells me he's going to have to pit. Yeah, the car's just not even driving straight, you can tell. So already we got 2 cars in trouble with damage. It looks like actually a third with Carl is also, and it looks like David is going to retire. And I am currently in 4th to last place, so I think that means I'm in 7th at the moment. I got Loro looking around the outside there. PJ had a really bad exit, so I just make my way around him. Let's go ahead and see that from cockpit view. I know some of you guys really want to see the cockpit view stuff. I don't know what's going on with PJ there. It looks like he couldn't even find the throttle almost. I can tell you he followed right behind me. So he did get on the gas eventually, but he had some sort of issue there. I'm really not sure what that was all about, but that's moved me up a position as there's another car up ahead that is struggling. And I've got the inside line on him. Gonna have the outside line for this next corner. This is a very slow 2nd gear corner. And yep, no way around the outside, and that's allowed somebody alongside me here. Who's that? That's Loro again. He's having another look. And we're going to go side by side into this 2nd gear hairpin before the nice long straight after it. I've got the inside line, and it looks like I got the grip as well, and I'm going to hang on to that position. And Loro is nicely in the slipstream though. Yep, he's going to look to the outside, braking at about 150 meters. He brakes a little bit later. He's going to take that inside line, and it looks like there was a car off track up ahead. And look, I am still giving Loro a hard time. And going through this very slow, very tricky kind of Mickey Mouse chicane that brings us onto the straight. And it looks like I got a better exit, so I'm actually pulling away from Loro now, closing on the car up ahead. Braking a little bit after 100 meters. That was a little late, I think. And got on the gas a little too early, getting some oversteer. Not too bad though. Still nicely behind this red car. Find out who that is. This is Stuyvesant. So sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And very tentative on the gas through there. It's really easy to lose traction through that 3rd gear left-hand corner if you get on the gas a little bit too early. Braking just before the 100-meter board down to 2nd gear. And turned in a little bit too much, so I had to correct it halfway through the corner. Oh god. As you can see, the back end steps out every time you shift into 5th gear. Oh my gosh! Oh, holy cow. Holy cow. Yeah, I was the one driving that, and that was scary for me even. But lost out on 2 positions, but managed to keep it on the track at least, so I really only lost a couple of seconds worth of time, even though I also lost a couple of positions on the track as well. And it doesn't really look like this rear view mirror is actually working. I certainly don't see anything behind me. Let's find out who's behind me. And it is PJ, and he's very close behind me actually, in his pink car. And wow, I really seem to get a good exit through that hairpin, and I'm just gaining time. Oh, we have another car that's spun. That's Chris Cooper. Let's find out what happened here. Looks like he was coming in. Yep, just lost the back end. Pretty basic, actually. You see that type of stuff pretty common. And there I go. And there goes PJ. So I'm still pretty close to this group of 3 cars. The 2 cars that I lost out to, and then that red and yellow car that I was falling behind is Steverson. And wow, I've lost out big time going down this straight though. Really starting to lose touch with these guys, unfortunately. Again, breaking down to 3rd gear for this corner. It's probably 2nd gear, but when you're, you need to shift to 3rd while you're coming through the 2nd part of that double right apex. And when you shift up, it's just one opportunity to lose traction, as Steverson has gone off the track, and he's going to be rejoining just ahead of me. Oh, but he's having some traction problems. He went right back off to the left side of the track, and that's going to move me up a position. Still kind of losing touch with the cars up ahead, though. It looks like they are kind of battling though, so they might be slowing each other down. It's at this point that I would like to tell you guys, for those of you that watched my practice sessions, a couple of things. First of all, you may notice this race is at night. There's a pretty big difference actually in the handling of the car in day versus night. The track is a lot warmer in the daytime. Holy cow, and what has happened there? Holy cow, I think my car might be broken. Let's go. Let's take that back a second, because I have no idea what happened there. Well, I do have an idea, but I know you guys don't. It seemed like I was just kind of going nicely through this corner, and then there's just boom. All of a sudden, I'm upside down. So let's take a look and see what happened. Let's look at it from a TV perspective. So you can see Chris Cooper in very close proximity to me at this moment. And we're going through this kind of high-speed chicane. It's a third gear left and then a right. And you see I was a little bit wide and... Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh man, that's pretty. Oh man, my wheel is really jacked up. Holy cow, did you see my front right wheel? That was really jacked up. Alright, let's take a look at that from Chris's point of view. He did actually apologize after that event. I'm not 100% sure that was 100% his fault though, and yes, I did just say 100% twice. So deal with it. Let's take a look at it from his point of view, and let's do a chase view, and let's do it in slow motion. So here we are. You can see I took a little bit of a wide entrance, a little bit later apex than he did, and I was a little bit late. He saw a gap and just kind of went for it, but yeah, too late. I was already turning in, and by the time my engineer told me that I had a car on the right, I mean there was already contact made. His car goes into a spin, no surprise there, and comes back around, and oh gosh, oh no, God, no. Oh, I did not know that happened. Well, that's not good for Chris or S. Steverson, unfortunately. Let's see if his car is at least going to land on the right way up. Okay, good, it does. So I have suffered severe damage in this race. My car is pretty much undrivable at this point. And I have about 1 billion incidents after going off the track and having contact. I can tell you I did actually get 4 incidents for the contact with PJ at the beginning of the race. That little tiny tap. As you can see, I can't even turn the car left. The car is so broken. It'll turn to the right just fine, which is actually good because this is a clockwise circuit. So most of the turns coming up are right-hand turns. But as you just saw, I can't really turn the car left at all. So that's gonna make things a little interesting in a second here, as you'll see. It actually seems to drive in a straight line pretty well. I'm in 4th gear now, 5th gear. Let's see how fast I'm going 120 miles an hour with my extremely broken car. So it seems okay in a straight line. It definitely feels a little funny turning right, but it turns right okay. But what you're about to see, again, is that this car will not turn left. It just will not turn left. Let me show you. Just in case if you think I'm an idiot and I'm not turning the wheel. Let me just take this from cockpit view so you guys can get a good idea of what the damage is like. Turn, please turn. I beg you, sir, please turn. Please to be turning. Oh, right. Also, I don't know the pit entry. I did not practice the pit entry for this track, which was a really bad idea. Really should have practiced the pit entry. But here we are. I have made it back to the pits. Thankfully, just barely. And let's just kind of fast forward this. Into the pits. Get my repairs. Repair, and we're off. Okay. Actually, it wasn't too bad of a pit stop, actually. It could have been a lot worse. But as you can imagine right now, I am in last or close to last at the moment. let's see, I'm in 8th at the moment, and then I just got passed by someone. So actually, I'm in 9th now, and the car is fixed, but I felt like there was still some sort of damage, maybe. So yeah, I was. It still felt kind of weird. And I think other people have talked about this. I'm still relatively new to iRacing. Oh gosh, so I almost get some oversteer there. I'm still relatively new to iRacing. I just got it back in December. I mean, I haven't even had it for 2 months, I don't think. Or maybe I got it in November. I think I maybe got it in November. But I don't even think I've had it for 2 full months yet. But I think sometimes, some things just are not reparable. They just cannot be fixed in the time that's given. So I think sometimes after damage, no matter how long your pit stop is, the car still feels a little funny. As you can see, the car just lifted up right there. That's something that I was not experiencing in my practice when I was doing the practice during the daytime. So I really don't know what that's all about. Other people were complaining about the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and show you a TV cam of that. I wonder if we can get an inside line. Yeah, that looks good. So you're going to see the car just lift up ever so slightly. The right-hand side of the car, the passenger side, is just going to lift up ever so slightly. You can see it right there. That's not a great angle, though. Actually, let me try a rear chase. Right there, you can see the car is lifting up just ever so slightly on the left-hand side. There are things you can do to fix that, to try and prevent that from actually flipping your car, which I've been doing. But it's just a really strange thing. It didn't, like I said, it didn't happen at all in my practice. So it's definitely weird. So here we have the 2 Texans just kind of rounding up the back of the field after our 2 separate instances, or incidents, our 2 separate incidents. And John is definitely the faster driver, you could tell. As I'm very cautious through this section. I get a nice exit, but he also got a really nice exit. You can tell he is a lot more aggressive through there. And he's in my slipstream nicely. I don't think he's going to be able to have a look going into turn 1 here, though. And yep, I've gone wide. I've gone very wide. And yep, he is going to move up the inside. But I had a good exit, actually. We're going side by side into turn 2, or what I believe is turn 2. I've got the inside line, actually, braking at about 100 meters, maybe a little bit before, down to 3rd gear. And oh, it looks like there's a car off, so I've actually moved up a position. And John's moving over to the left-hand side of the road. He's going to have the outside line for this right-hand 2nd gear corner. But he's probably, yep, he's got a much better line. He's got a much better run. And I can tell you right now, going through this set of this corner side by side is probably not a good idea. So what you'll actually see is that I lift off. I didn't feel comfortable with the car and how it was lifting and everything, so I really just didn't want to be going side by side with somebody through a corner at 100 miles an hour. So I lift off, I give him the place, and I just immediately slot in behind him, see what I can maybe do about taking that position back, or at least just staying with him until he maybe makes a mistake, which isn't likely either. But you know, you gotta hope. You gotta just kind of hope in these sorts of situations. I had to pit for repairs, so I mean my race is pretty much over at this point. So anything that I can salvage would be fantastic. So I just gotta focus on keeping it on the road, try to put in some nice laps, and see what I can do. Just try to make up as many positions as possible. But yeah, it's looking like he's got the speed on me because he's just gaining on me this whole time down this straight. So it's looking like John might be out of touch, unfortunately. Oh, as I shift down to 2nd a little too early for that chicane, almost lose the back end. Managed to save it though, with a little bit of steering correction and maybe some braking. Going through turn 1. A little bit better line that time versus previous laps. I was braking for this turn here comfortably at 100 meters, and in the nighttime, you really got to brake at 120 or so. And again, right there, you almost see the car lift up off the ground once again. Very strange behavior. Really not sure what that was all about. Like I said, the other drivers were talking about it in the voice communications. I mean, even right after this race, before the next one took place, even, is at a really bad line through that kind of high-speed third gear chicane. And is there a car behind me now? Let's see. Yep, got Ashley just behind. You can see I take a very late apex for this corner to try and get a nice run, but unfortunately I was not successful on this occasion. And Ashley's actually taken a tighter line and gotten a better exit as well, so he's very close behind now. And he actually hits the brakes a little on the early side. I don't know if he was worried about running into me, maybe. And again, I just don't have a great line through that final chicane to finish up the lap. We haven't been lapped yet, if you guys are wondering that. My pit stop was short enough so that I didn't get lapped by anyone. Oh, wow, is Ashley getting very close to the back of my car, doing some really aggressive braking. But it looks like I've actually carried more speed through the corner. I'm going to hang on to that position for now anyway. Oh, as I missed my apex for that corner. Oh, but it looks like I got quite a nice run through this second corner here, actually. Yeah, it looks like Ashley was struggling a little bit with traction through that corner. I mentioned that earlier in this race. You got to be careful going through that corner, giving it too much gas. You can accelerate through the corner, but you really can't punch it. You can't just floor the car. Otherwise, you'll end up spinning more than likely. I missed my apex there. Got a pretty nice exit though. Yeah, he's pretty much matching me at this point. This is actually some pretty close racing. He definitely doesn't seem to have the pace on me like John up ahead did. John just seemed to kind of swarm me. John was up at the, would have been up at the front though, but he had that incident early on. Oh no, as Ashley has gone very wide through that corner, and that's going to lose him heaps of time to me now. And I do believe that's just about where the race gets boring. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit, see if maybe Ashley can catch back up with me. Yeah, he's definitely caught back up with me. Hold on, let's bring this back a little bit. So clearly he does have the pace on me in a similar fashion that John did. And I did not have a good corner there, and I'm not having again, I'm not having a good corner here. Just that section I really seem to be struggling with. And Ashley's definitely thinking about having a look. Am I going to go to the left or the right? Which one am I going to? Oh, I'm making my car very wide. I gave him room to the right side. I was kind of to the middle of the track. And he's very close behind now. He's definitely going to be getting some slipstream on me. He's actually not gaining on me. actually, John really isn't pulling away like I would expect. You guys can probably see John up ahead in the purple car. He's still within reach. I mean, it's not looking like I'm catching him, but at the same time, he's not pulling away either. So I am still hopeful that maybe I could do something about John. Oh no, as Ashley's braked a little bit late, he's coming to contact with a cone. He's run a little bit wide, got some grass on his tires. It's going to compromise him all through this corner. He's losing time all down this straight, losing time. And brake it down to second gear for this corner. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer. And this is for points. Before you guys wonder, every position is for points. I think you have to finish lower than like 15th to not get points. And there's only 12 people in this race, I believe. So every position is for points, if you guys are wondering. So this battle for this, fight for 9th place is for a point or two. So this is pretty important as far as the championship is concerned. I will go ahead and tell you guys, though, the championship really isn't a concern for me this season. This is, I'm very new to iRacing and very new to PRL league racing in iRacing. I have raced with them with F1 in the past, but this is a new crowd of people for the most part. So there are some carryovers from the F1 league, but there's a lot of people that don't race in the F1 league for PRL. So I'm really not looking to win the championship. I'm very much taking this race by race. Just every race is its own individual race, and however many championship points I get is irrelevant. I'm just trying to finish as high as I can in each race individually, with no concern really about, oh gosh, is Ashley again having a really hard time with the braking for that first left in this double left sequence. I don't think there is very much left to this race. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit because it looks like he's kind of lost touch with me again. Let's see if we can... Is he going to close this down? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm really glad I was spectating Ashley, because this is exactly what I was talking about. This has got to be the best example of the car lifting that I was telling you guys about. Let's go ahead and slow it down. Take a look at the white car there. Obviously, there's no other cars on the screen. And then boom, it just lifts the car right up off the ground, bounces down, lifts up again. And once you get past like a 45-degree angle, it's pretty much game over. And he just rolls the car all by itself. That is not something that I experienced in my practice sessions during the daytime using this exact car. So I have no idea what that's all about. I was going to try and find another example for you guys, because during the warm-up for this race is where I found out that the car was lifting. So it didn't do quite as much lifting in the race itself, because I was aware that it was going to happen, and I was doing everything that I could to try and prevent it. So this is a perfect example, though. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I'm not sure what is causing that. Like I said, I guess maybe it could be because of the fact that it's at night, but that doesn't make any sense to me. I've never heard of a car rolling at night that doesn't roll during the day. That's just ridiculous. So I'm not sure if there's something going on with iRacing. This is a pretty new car, so it's possible they need to do some sort of bug fix for it, possibly. For all I know, maybe it only happens at this track and nowhere else. But yeah, it's pretty annoying and pretty strange, and I feel like that's not something that should happen in a car like this. I mean, this is a tuner car. This is a Porsche that has been upgraded, and Porsches don't just roll on a flat track like that. You know, if we were doing some off-roading, sure, maybe that would make a little bit more sense, but it's not something that you see in a car that is specifically designed to take corners at high speed. You should not see the car lifting off the ground just because it's going through a corner. I mean, you're more likely to see the car oversteer rather than lift off the ground. That's insane. So hopefully that's not something that I'll have to deal with very often or ever again at all. I can tell you I've already done practice for the next race, which is in 2 weeks' time. It's in February. We have a break week coming up. So January 26th, there is no race for PRL. There is still a race for AOR, Apex Online Racing, so you guys can still look forward to that, but there is not going to be any racing for PRL. The season continues on the 2nd of February, I believe it is. So just be aware of that. Next track is the Daytona road course, and it is also at night. And I've already done some practice for it with both of the cars, and feeling pretty good about it, actually. It's a lot of fun. The RWD roof, the 700 plus horsepower one, I've gotten it up to 197 miles per hour at the Daytona road course. Which is just amazing. I can't even, it's so much fun. You know, it wasn't long ago that I was driving Miatas. That's the end of the race, if you're wondering why that guy's just driving across the road. Race is finished. And so that's it for this one. Let's see, where did I finish? I finished 9th. Ashley, who was just behind me, unfortunately, because he rolled his car, he was unable to even stay on the lead lap. So I was last place out of everyone who was on the lead lap. Not a great race, obviously, though. That contact with Chris didn't help. He did apologize for it before any of you guys get too upset at Chris. And also, I do take partial blame. You know, I could have maybe known that he was there. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember knowing that he was there, though, so maybe that was my mistake, was not knowing that he was there. But I don't blame him at all for the incident. It's not a big deal. Like I said, I'm no championship hopeful, not this season anyway. Maybe for the following season, certainly it's something I would consider, but certainly not for this season. Eric comes home to win the race, actually, with Lauro just behind, followed by Steverson, and then Carl, and then PJ, and then Spencer, and then David, and then John, who was actually only 6 seconds up the road after passing me. So I feel like I had a pretty good pace, all things considered. Yeah, in warm-up I was 8th fastest and I finished 9th. Carl would have been faster than me, so yeah, I was 9th fastest and I finished in 9th place. So actually I guess everything pretty much worked out as it should. These are what my laps look like: 2:13, 2 minutes, 3:13, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1:58, 1:56, 1:57, 1:56, 1:56, 1:56. So once I got into the rhythm of it, which was, you know, basically lap 7 onward, it was looking pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. All things considered, you know, I did have to pit and I was still on the lead lap. So all in all, pretty happy with that one. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Join us in the next race here. This race was with the C-Spec, and the next race is going to be with the RUF RWD, the 700 plus horsepower one. And there's some interesting things regarding that. So make sure you check out the next video. I can tell you it's going to be a little bit more interesting than this one was. Thanks so much for watching.